A city trusts the badge without question. In this speech, a male cop speaks directly to the audience in a cold, simple voice, revealing how he uses routine calls, locked doors, and the comfort of authority to get close to people who never see him coming. As the night deepens, a witness and a terrified target realize the rules have changed, and the uniform they thought meant safety has become the most dangerous thing in the room. Chapter 1. The badge is the key. Listen closely. People love rules because rules make them feel safe. They love signs, sirens, uniforms, and the sweet lie that someone is coming to help. That's where I live. Not on the street. Not in the station. In that lie. When I step out of the cruiser, I don't need to run. I don't need to sneak. I don't need to break a window or pick a lock. I just knock. You open the door because you've been trained. Your whole life you've been trained. You open the door because you think you are a good citizen, and good citizens do what the badge says. You don't look at my hands. You look at the patch on my shoulder. You look at the shining metal on my chest. You look at the paperwork in my fingers. You look anywhere except the place you should look. Some nights I carry the axe in the trunk under a tarp. Some nights I carry it wrapped like a tool, like something harmless. You'd be amazed what a person will ignore when they're staring at a uniform. They see what they want to see. I tell them the same line every time, plain and calm. We got a call. Just need to ask a few questions. Their shoulders drop. Their guard falls. They step back and let me in. And the door closes behind me. That sound is my favorite sound in the world. Chapter 2. The station where screams don't count. You think the police station is a safe place. You think cameras are watching. You think walls have rules. Let me teach you something simple. Walls don't care. Cameras don't care. People only care when it costs them nothing. There's a back hallway nobody uses after midnight. There's a records corridor where the lights stutter like they're tired of seeing what they've seen. There's an interview room with a mirror that hides faces and hides guilt. I brought one in once who thought she could report me. Smart eyes, shaking hands, brave voice that kept cracking when she tried to make it sound steady. She said, "You can't do this. You're a cop." That word, cop, like it was a spell, like it could stop my hands. I leaned in close enough for her to smell the rain on my coat and the metal on my belt. I kept my voice low and clean so it sounded official. I told her, I can do anything I can explain. That's the secret. Not strength. Not rage. Explanation. I don't need to be loud. I don't need to lose control. Control is what I am. I showed her the axe like you show a kid a lesson they won't forget. Not fast. Not sloppy. Slow enough that the mind fills in the rest. Slow enough that fear grows teeth. And when she screamed, it didn't matter. In this building, screams get filed away with everything else. Paper, dust, silence. You want the truth. The station is not a shield. It's a box. And I know where every hinge is. Chapter 3. The call that no one survives. There are calls nobody wants. A noise complaint. A welfare check. A neighbor swearing they heard something in the walls. Those calls are perfect because they start with doubt. Doubt makes people polite. Doubt makes them hesitate. I like to arrive calm, like a professional. I like to ask for a name. I like to ask where the person was last seen. I like to watch the caller relax because I'm taking it seriously. Then I turn the whole night into a one-way street. A man once tried to run when he saw what I was. He thought stairs and locked doors could save him. He didn't understand that I've been inside more buildings than he's ever driven past. I know the layouts. I know the shortcuts. I know which doors stick and which windows don't open. He ran up a stairwell that smelled like old smoke and wet concrete. He kept looking behind him, wasting air, wasting time. I followed without hurry. Hurry is for people who are afraid. He slammed a door. He shoved a chair under the knob. He backed into a kitchen with a weak light and a table that wobbled when he touched it. He begged. Everyone begs when the story stops being the one they planned. He said, "Please." I didn't do anything. I told him, that's why it's easy. I brought the axe down into the table, not into him. Not yet. Would split like it had been waiting for it. The sound filled the room, big and final. His eyes locked on the blade because the blade was honest. The blade didn't pretend. He tried the window. Rain on the glass. City lights below. Nowhere to go but out. By the time he reached the fire escape, he understood the real rule of the night. The badge gets closer no matter how fast you move. Chapter 4. Confession in the dark. You're still listening because you think you're safe. You're on the other side of a screen, telling yourself it's only a story. That's what they tell themselves too. Let me be clear. I'm not a monster in the way you like. I'm not a shadow with glowing eyes. I'm not a ghost. I'm not magic. I'm a man with a job that gives him access. I learned early that people will forgive almost anything if you speak in a calm voice and wear the right costume. I learned that fear doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes fear looks like standing still because your brain can't accept what your eyes are seeing. Sometimes I go to places where no one hears. Old warehouses, empty districts, buildings where the air smells like rust and oil and old water. Places where footsteps echo and every echo sounds like a witness. In those places, I don't have to explain as much. I can let the world do the work for me. The dark helps. The distance helps. The storm helps. I have other tools too. A rifle for reach. A chainsaw for noise, for chaos, for when I want terror to spread fast. But the axe is personal. The axe is simple. It's a clean answer to a messy world. You want to know why I'm telling you this? Because confession isn't regret. Confession is power. If I tell you what I am, and you keep listening, then you're already doing what everyone does when they see the badge. You're staying. You're waiting. You're hoping the rules will save you. They won't. Chapter 5, Morning Shift. Morning comes like it always does, soft and pale, like nothing happened. That's the part people don't understand. They think evil has to look like a storm. They think it has to be loud. They think it has to leave the sky cracked open. But morning is routine. Morning is coffee. Morning is a report written in neat lines. Morning is a radio check. Morning is someone laughing in the break room while the city stretches and pretends it's clean. I can stand in daylight and look normal because normal is just a mask people agree not to question. I can say, we're doing everything we can, and watch people nod like they're being cared for. I can say, stay inside. Lock your doors, and know it won't matter, because locks are for honest people and doors are for the ones who believe. And when I walk through the station, when I pass the cameras, when I pass the bright posters about duty and honor, I feel the same calm every time. Not because I got away with something, because I never needed to get away with it. I had permission before you even knew there was a question. So when you hear a knock tonight, remember this: you are not afraid of the dark. You are afraid of what the dark is wearing. If you want more scary speeches and horror narrations like this, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, hit the like button, leave a comment with the creepiest moment, and share this video with someone who thinks they'd open the door without checking first.